The Chaser Report is recorded on Gadigal land.
Striving for mediocrity in a world of excellence. This is the Chaser Report.
Hello and welcome to the Chaser Report. Dom here with another live episode recorded at the Grapes of Mirth Festival at Sippelsfield in the Barossa Valley this past weekend. In this one, Charles and I are with the fabulous Lizzy Hoo, Dane Simpson and Ivan Aristeguieta, all excellent stand-up comics who you should check out if you can. Without any further ado, here's us on stage in a room full of, frankly, a disconcerting number of barrels.
I think that KO, you know the app KO to watch sports?
Okay, who's putting
I
up
think
hands
it's shit.
if you've used KO? Who's
Hands
used
up
KO?
if you think it's shit.
Yeah.
So,
Hands up if you think it's shit. It's shit, isn't it? It's fucking shit.
so
It's
if you
terrible. It's got
It's
the worst
terrible.
user experience, I think.
if you
Yeah.
imagine it,
Yes, because
it's as though
it's
you had
rookie.
the shithouse user experience of a Foxtel box on an app that does sport, and it brilliantly conceals the sport that you
Yeah.
want to watch behind like Highland Games
Or
and
cornhole.
speed skating.
Cornhole.
Cornhole.
What? Cornhole?
You haven't come across
That sounds
cornhole
sexual.
on KO? Has anyone
Is there a
watched
sexual
the
part of
corn-
KO?
Yeah, you watched the
I know what
cornhole.
it is. So they show
Please.
that on.
They show it on
What
KO.
is it?
What's cornhole?
Cornhole is like
like
an
a farm
American
game.
college sport, I guess, and they throw like a sack
Full of corn.
full of corn into like a angled board, and it's got a hole in it, and you have to get the sack into the hole.
Now Lizzy.
They've got it up the front. They've got
got
it
it
here.
here.
They got, yeah, see, that's how shit KO is. Even this place has it.
Cornhole's on the up. That's the
So,
thing.
well,
they
hang
like-
on, Lizzy, because
Okay.
this sounds like you were served that up on KO,
I
and
didn't
then
want- yeah.
and then you watched it.
Of course, I watched it. I was frustrated with the user experience. I was like, I want to watch something live, can't find it.
Yes.
Oh, suddenly I'm on this American college cornhole sport. What's this?
Yes.
The best thing I've ever watched. 3 hours of my life.
So I've got a conspiracy.
Surely that sport was invented by some very drunk people just getting bags and going, fuck it, let's throw it into the hole.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's on TV.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I've
a brilliant
got a
sport.
theory about the KO app, which is when you start using it, you tell it your preferences, right? You say, what are you interested in? And I say, cricket, right? And that's the only thing I'm interested in. All I want to, like the moment the World Cup ends, I'm getting rid of you, you fucking shit piece of Murdoch shit, right? You just fuck you, right?
I love that you're calling KO a loser and you're only interested in cricket.
I have it. Yeah, fuck you. I have a theory that actually, if you tell it what your favourite sport is, it won't let you ever see it.
Yeah.
Like, it will always say, oh, okay, well then let's give him the hockey and the cornhole.
Try selecting cornholing.
Nothing wrong with the hockey.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
It's quite funny that what Charles does a lot of the time when he's not here is he sells stickers that say "fuck Murdoch" on them.
Yes.
And
I've made
millions of these stickers.
So we've got this sister site called The Shot, right? And during lockdown in Melbourne...
Yeah, it's a site about whinging about Melbourne lockdowns. That's the main point of the site. Kind of niche.
We sold 110,000 fuck Murdoch and don't read the Herald Sun stickers. Yeah,
Pretty good.
and we sell them for $2 each, which means I have made almost $250,000 selling fuck Murdoch stickers.
and you've paid the same
brilliant.
amount to KO.
Now
for
you
the
know how it
subscription.
feels to be murdered. Yeah. You're selling shit.
The other thing is it's $10 to make the stickers. So you're.
But I like that you've built a media empire on fuck Murdoch's media empire.
No, but then our tech guy, Cam Smith, who's actually the editor of The Chaser, is also a computer programmer. And he did the numbers on... So if you stream in like 4K or even 1080p 24 hours a day, then those streaming services lose money, right? So one of the things that we discussed during the pandemic was... Because you can't go out and protest. You can't be like those people on the steps...
Reclaim
of-
Australia.
Reclaim Australia.
You and your people, mate.
And we're trying to work...
My flag people.
who are trying to work out a way to get make Murdoch lose money during that period because the Herald Sun basically ran a campaign to sort of kill more Melburnians during the lockdown. Like they wanted to open up to make sure that everyone died. So, but he worked out, he did the figures. If you actually have KO or Foxtel and you use it, if you just leave it running straight, you don't even have to have the TV on. You just get your little Apple TV to be on and stream 24 hours a day, then the amount that Foxtel will pay for the bandwidth massively strips, is like 5 times more than the price that you pay for KO. And so everyone should do that.
Yeah.
And then you can still watch the cricket, but then we'll make Murdoch go broke.
Let's just let's destroy Murdoch by all giving him $25 a month. You're a genius, Joe. Lizzie, what do you watch on KO though? Is it just cornholing? Is that what you're paying for, or what else are you looking for?
And the darts.
Darts is good. Darts is quality.
I like to think that all you're talking about is someone having a smoke.
No.
I would watch that actually.
Yeah.
That should be a
bar
sport.
sports. It's just
Oh my
any
God,
sport.
darts is the most exhilarating sport out there. Are you kidding me?
No.
Anyone else with
It's not a sport.
Really?
They're
It's a
fucking 150
sport.
kilos.
Oh, it can get tight.
Do you
You're
watch
with
darts?
me?
Don't fat
Of
shame
course.
darts.
That guy
Yeah.
there watches darts.
Yes, he watches darts.
Murder him.
It's when no.
You know what I'm
I'm going
thinking?
down with you if he murders.
But don't use a bow and arrow. He'll be too accurate.
Yeah, use darts.
I'm thinking the people who bought all of the fuck Murdoch stickers are just MacGyver fans. Do you remember that? Murdoch was his arch nemesis back in the day. Fuck, that's a very obscure reference, isn't
very,
it?
very old, very old. So you like all bar sports? That's what you like, where people are drinking
Yeah.
while playing.
I like to watch people having a good time. There's nicknames, there's funny hair.
Yeah.
It's just a great spectacle. Don't you agree? Yes.
It is.
But
It
he
is.
doesn't
I love
have any
watching
hair.
this.
There is Nick, and I love this too because it's darts. And Pisshead has stepped to the plate.
Hey.
That was then going to segue into the World Cup. So we've got the cricket
the World Cup, yeah.
But the
Which,
really
thank
great
fuck-
news.
Thank fuck it's on SBS and not Optus Sport. Can you
Yes.
imagine the personal details we'd have to give Optus to watch the World Cup if they still had it on? I was one of the people whose driver's licenses got leaked. I got this email from them saying, they're paying me $29 to change my driver's license. So thank you, Optus.
So they know it was your driver's license.
But of course, how can Optus possibly reliably know who's been... Like, you can't tell me that Optus is suddenly good at managing information and knows that I got hacked. I don't believe them for a second.
Yeah, so do you think, because I've never been an Optus customer, but do you think if I wrote to them and said, I'm an Optus customer, give me $29?
Yeah, they wouldn't know.
They would know.
Not a
Yeah,
chance.
that's great. But they have to rebrand. There's a guy.
Oh, yes.
This morning, this branding expert came out and said they're going to have to change their name.
Is it like Optus, instead of Optus, yes, it's Optus maybe? Like maybe.
Optus with no fucking clue. I would actually sign up for that.
I reckon they should go open source. I reckon they should just lean in to the fact that they can't hold on to your data and just go like the Open Data Alliance or something. Like call themselves something.
I've got a question.
Yeah, it's like Wiki.
So we're talking about changing licenses, and I just reminded me of a thing that I don't believe is true. I heard recently that they're going to change. Is it true we're going to change all the currency because the Queen is?
No, because what we're going to do is we're going to get all the ones with the Queen on it and call them like commemorative Queen's death notes. Sell them to the British for like 50 quid each.
Nice.
Right. And that's how we solve our deficit. Because we'll just like 10 times our money.
It's a genuinely good question, though. Like, it might take, 5-10 years to change all the coins,
But
everything.
it'll never
Is it-
be King Charles.
But that's the thing. Is it actually worth putting Charles on there and just going, you wait for a bit? Oh, how long's he got before it's William? Honestly,
Yeah.
I reckon 2 or 3 years. Like this, he's
2 or
in
3
his
years.
70s.
I reckon we'll have another public holiday by the end of the year.
I mean, he's getting upset at ink pens.
Have you seen his fingers?
That was so
Those fingers are
They're
illegal.
chubby.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So because in Venezuela, when Chavez into power, he changed the name of the country. It used to be the it was called the Republic of Venezuela. And then he was like, no, we're going to call it the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. So and he changed the coat of arms, he changed the flag, he changed every national symbol.
Yes.
So everything, passports, IDs, what do you call it, official documents, notes, coins, everything had to be changed.
To add the word Bolivarian.
Bolivarian. And the amount of money that was spent on that was crazy. And I was like, I'm moving to Australia. In the first world, they don't do that shit.
Yeah. But
The Chaser Report. News you can't trust.
While we are talking about the Queen, you know, there was a certain public holiday that I was looking at changing the date of, and everyone was like, that's too difficult. And then
Anzac Day?
everyone fucking invented, like, the Queen dies and a fucking public holiday just gets invented. And it's like, nah, it's fine. We can do that next Thursday.
You're allowed to just change the date.
Let's get that done.
Yeah, that's it.
And everyone just went along with it. And I'm like, fucking, I was lied to. Is that? Yeah, fucking hell.
I have the supreme awkwardness in life, and I can tell you this because, frankly, Optus has probably already told you. My birthday is on the 26th of January. And that has become so much more awkward during the course of my life.
That is why we never celebrate Dom's birthday. Because it would be ideologically unsound.
No one comes to my parties, and now I know why.
We actually protest against Dom celebrating his birthday.
I was talking to Ivan about this earlier, but in Wagga Wagga, they asked me to be the Australia Day ambassador.
Oh.
Yeah, that fucking reaction is right. You know, like, and they rang me and they were going, "Oh, Dane, do you wanna be the Australia Day ambassador?" And I'm like, "Yep, 100%. Thank you so much. This is incredible." What date?
Nice. Fantastic.
Well, back to the World Cup.
Oh, yeah. That's what we were talking
All
about.
right.
World Cup, yeah. That was a good
Because let's not talk about this Qatar and slavery.
That's what the Qatari government wants you to say.
Let's say the World Cup
but-
was in another country. Who here? Raise your hands if you actually care about the World Cup. It's just a little.
Yeah.
Who didn't know that the World Cup
That's
was?
the thing. That's the
Okay,
thing.
can we just clarify?
I've got a
Do
theory.
you even know which
Football
World Cup
World
he's talking about? It's not the T21.
So I have an idea of why Australia doesn't care about soccer. It's because the numbers of the scores are too low for Australia.
Yeah.
Because I went to an AFL game in Melbourne, and I had to pick a team because otherwise I wouldn't get my citizenship.
Who did you go with?
Who did you choose?
The Western Bulldogs.
Oh, that's a good safe choice.
Safe. So
Imagine
it
if
was
you'd chosen
It
Collingwood.
was the Bulldogs against another team. I don't know. And the game we won, and I was excited. But the game was like the end of the game was like 60-30. And my friends were like, game's fucking bullshit, boring fucking game, fucking bullshit. So, but again, I'm like, no, man, it's a good game. Like, we won, it's 60-30. Man, fuck all happened. Fuck all. Like, there's a lot of goals compared to, I'm used to 1-0. Like, that's a lot of goals. And then, of course, because the numbers are not, like cricket scores are 300 millions. And then, like.
Low scoring match, mate.
That's so it's about that. So if you change the score in soccer, Australian can give a shit.
Can I just say,
Can I
Ivan,
just note, like, that Ivan's Australian accent impersonation that's a Hughesy, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's nailed the Hughesy.
I reckon he nailed the accent component of the interview.
Yeah.
You know what I love? I love when you say "fuck all."
Fuck all.
It's my favourite.
Fuck all. Fuck. Because here is like, hey man, how you going? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad means good. Not too good means bad. Fuck all means nothing. Fuck all means everything. And then there's English is second language, and then fuck all. Like for some reason you use the prefix fuck, and then all means nothing, and then like.
And you thought it was an orgy. You thought you were being invited to an orgy, and there was no fucking.
Going off means switched on. Going off. Oh, mate, you should have been there, mate. As soon as we turned the music on, the party went off. What? What happened to the party?
Which raises the question, why did you want to live in such a stupid country?
Because people respect cues. That's all my... Like, I come from a place in the world where no one cues and you never know what the fuck is going on. So at least in Australia, you can tell who's in front of you and then you just wait. That's it. And then that's it. People respect cues. That's the reason why I'm in Australia.
Beautiful.
Because if you don't respect the cue,
Have you told your girlfriend that?
Yeah, we were in Spain, because now my family lives in Spain. We were in Spain, and my girlfriend was like, "Don't you miss living because my family went from Venezuela back to Spain. They went back to where they came from.
You are Australian.
Yeah."
And he doesn't like queue jumpers, does he?
And
Doesn't like queue jumpers.
Yeah, and then I was like, of course it feels good to listen to the language, the food, and the everybody seems familiar. But then you want to get an ice cream in the middle of summer, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. You never know when it's your turn, and then it's like that's why I want to go back to Australia because I know when I get my turn. That's
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Although I must say, you can take the queue thing a little bit too far, as per Britain. Who would have queued up for 24 hours to see a
dead
coffin?
body?
I mean, if it was like Ho Chi Minh and they actually had her corpse stuffed, I would have queued to see it. But inside the box, what was there to see?
Well,
Wasn't it Queen?
because we talked on an earlier episode of the podcast, which you would have all heard. We talked to an embalmer, the embalming expert, who actually said that there is no way that Queen Elizabeth's body was embalmed that quickly to put it into the box for the queue. Because it would smell. The whole point is that body would have started smelling because it wouldn't have been embalmed properly, which means that they were all queuing up to see an empty box. Or the better theory, which we worked out, is that actually, because they had to kill all the body doubles for Queen Elizabeth when she died, as is protocol, that's where they stuffed all the dead bodies of the Queen Elizabeth body doubles.
I mean, obviously her body wasn't inside. She's a shape-shifting lizard. Possibly. It hints in the name, Queen Liz, yeah?
Didn't she have like 4 cocktails a day?
Yeah, she would have.
So she was already embalmed.
She was pickled.
She was already embalmed. There was no rotten. She was.
See, this is the detail that nobody. You're right, but nobody seems to know that she woke up. Her morning drink was a gin.
It was amazing. She had 3 drinks
it.
a day minimum. She had champagne. Sort of Dubonnet at some point.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. If they really did want to defeat the Republic forever in Australia, I think if it was just basically, if they'd talked up how pissed the royal family... Like, the Queen Mother was an amazing drinker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the way to win Australia over. Don't worry about tradition. If they came out... we know that Camilla and Charles are coming out. If they just go to the pub and get smashed with the locals, the Republic is dead. It's not... It's Charles' drink, by the way.
Yeah, he must.
He must do.
He's got to explain to the hands.
Oh, yeah, the fat hands. What's swollen hands?
I heard that the Queen had a nip of port from your bathtub every day.
And she got embalmed.
When she was debating.
Yeah, but the first day that she did that was the day she died, actually.
Yeah.
The antifreeze kept her from smelling, actually.
So can we go now? Are we allowed to go? I'm just saying what the audience is thinking. Okay?
So professional. Can we go now?
Dom, can you do it?
I think it's always good just to capture the exact moment where the podcast just runs out of steam. And scene, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Thank you.